my God. This show is so bad. You have no idea. Okay, so we've got a show that really wishes it was Lost. But we can't call it Lost, obviously, because then people are going to say, oh, you're ripping off J.J. Abrams. Well, what should we call it? Well, we've got it set on a deserted island. How about we call it Island?
Get it?
Seriously, that has got to be the worst title for a show I've heard in years. Unless they decided to go full out, like, anti-Apple with it, just like, in fact, don't capitalize the I and take out the hyphen, just make it lowercase I, capital L, Island, and make it like this big dystopian island ruled by Steve Jobs and Apple, the Apple crew, and just like that, that's my premise anyway. See? I'm just sitting here spitballing off the top of my head, and I've already come up with a show that's probably better than your crappy miniseries Netflix. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. The first couple of episodes actually weren't terrible. I mean, yeah, that one guy did get a little, molesty, but, aside from that, it was actually a pretty interesting show for the first couple of episodes. I mean, yeah, it's basically Lost, randos end up on a deserted island, no memories, no idea how they got there, etc., but, that's okay. I'm willing to see how it goes. I'm willing to see where the mystery takes me. I'm willing to figure out how these guys got here and who they are and what they're doing, etc., It's okay, the setup may not be original, but maybe they go in a completely different direction. Well, they did go in a completely different direction. Not the direction I would have guessed, or probably anybody else literally on the entire planet. Okay, imagine if you will, Lost. The series that you know and love. All 121 episodes, all the twists, all the turns, etc. Except instead of progressing through all 121 episodes and slowly but surely figuring everything out and etc., the show basically decides to give you everything in episode 3 of the series. Like, just episode 3, here's all the spoilers, I'm just gonna dump all of this in your lap. And that's basically the Island in a nutshell right there, because the first couple episodes were pretty good, I enjoyed them. Then episode 3 happened and basically gave up the goat, and frankly, I'm genuinely amazed with myself that I was even able to finish this show, because at that point, I already knew everything. You, the audience, already know everything. There's basically no mystery anymore. There's no suspense as a result. I mean, yeah, you do kind of figure out why all the other people are on the island, and yes, I'm going to keep calling it the Island because they have the audacity to hyphenate it like that. You do figure out why they're on the island, but, at that point, do I even care? I already know they're all death row inmates. I already know that the warden is sabotaging the game. I already know that it's all a virtual simulation. Whatever. Can we move on to, a real plot point next? Oh, but I guess the big plot twist at the end of episode 7 was kind of the plot twist they really wanted to hit you with. The idea that, oh, it turns out climate change is real. And Houston is basically a beach city now because, climate change. Boy, you really just don't know how to be subtle, do you, show? I brought up the warden earlier, and I gotta say, the warden was probably my favorite character in the entire show, if only because that dude was an absolute cartoon character. That dude was insane. Like, he even walked around with a cowboy hat. It's like, this kind of guy could not possibly exist in reality. And I don't mean somebody who's morally corrupt and sabotaging the game in order to prove their point that nobody can be redeemed and death row is the only true justice. Ugh. I mean, this dude was literally walking around all foghorn leghorn, drinking whiskey every time you saw him on camera. Dude was practically wearing a pimp suit half the time. I mean, this dude is ridiculous. And that's basically where my positivity comes to a complete and total end. And even then, it's kind of hard to take the show seriously when you got Foghorn Leghorn over there like, I say death row is the only way to truly bring about justice. Nobody can be changed and reformed, etc., etc. You know, honestly, I went into this review thinking I was going to be giving this show a massive thrashing. Then I took a look around the internet and I saw this thing basically has like a 1 out of 100 on Metacritic at the time I'm recording this. I think it was either that one or Rotten Tomatoes. It was definitely one of those aggregator ones, but 1 out of 100. Oh my god. You are almost doing as bad as the Emoji Movie. That takes talent. I mean, wow. And I can't say they're wrong either. I mean, yeah, once episode 3 comes and goes, I mean, what's even the point? You've already figured everything out. I mean, the only reason you're still here is because you just want to see what glorious train wreck this show ends up becoming once the train goes off the rails. And even then, it's not worth it, I gotta say. I mean, I'm not one of those guys who's gonna give it -5 stars because global climate change is a scam, blah, blah, blah. Big bad socialists are gonna take over. I'm not like that or anything. I'm not much of a political person, but at the same time, that plot twist just literally came out of nowhere, and it's like, really? We're going there? I'm gonna have to agree with the aggregators. I'm gonna have to give this 1 hat out of 4. And that's gonna do it for this week's Hatflix and Chill. Come back next week when I probably have something better to watch. Or not, who knows? In the meantime, be sure to do the YouTube shuffle, a metaphor I haven't used in a long time. For the newbies, that's like, comment, subscribe, ring-a-ding the bell, proof to me that you mean it and that I'm doing something worth... Oh, what am I kidding? Until next time.